Sometimes we find ourselves running on that treadmill of busy everyday life. We keep moving forward, trying to get ahead of the looped path. Janice Henshaw was on that treadmill.
So busy I could hardly enjoy anything. It was just rush, 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 and an action list every day that I could never, ever complete. So it was frustrating and tiring, but I thought everybody else is doing it.
Everyone else was running through their days. There is often the perception that busy means important, but for Janice, busy just meant busy.
I went to this course at UVic, and one of the exercises was, think about if you're dead. You're at your own funeral, and what are people saying about you? And I sort of thought, what would they say? Oh, she's a hard worker. She worked all her life.
But she didn't want her life story to end there. Life was meant for more than just work. So when Janice found herself forced off that busy treadmill, she found an opportunity to add more pages to her life story.
My job disappeared. And so I was getting interviews and resumes all ready. And one night about 2 o'clock in the morning, my mind was pretty busy. And all of a sudden I thought, how about a trip instead of applying for a job?
The idea grew from there. What was intended to be a 2-week vacation to Alberta became a North American-wide journey of self-discovery.
Instead of just being on a very lineal journey, it was just like, wow, the whole world is waiting for me. And then I was coming along here, and everything was going fine. I said goodbye to my friends.
Janice's 43,000-kilometer trip took 15 months to complete. Her path grew each day with the conversations with strangers. There was no plan, just the open road ready to be explored.
But my nerves were just trembling with excitement. It was so much fun, and I just had this big grin pasted on my face. And the excitement of what's around the next bend is just, to me, it was really, really compelling.
There were lonely times, even scary times. But she always had her trusty sidekick Baloo right beside her.
He was a navigator, and he sat in the front seat. And so I'd be driving like this, and he'd be sitting over there, and I would see sometimes people smiling in the side window at him, because he looked like he was actually a person sitting up there.
Janice's U.S. visa was soon to expire, so she parked her truck and decided to make Gabriola Island her home.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
She came home with a suitcase full of stories to share, but it was other people's stories she was interested in sharing. Janice decided now was the time to live out her 15-year-long dream of writing people's life stories.
I think it's the most important thing you have. And I think sharing your story is a very powerful way to review your life's events and think about your life and maybe change where you are and what you're doing. I was driving when a policeman pulled me over for speeding. The officer was talking to me, and she leaned over and kept loudly saying, "Pardon? Pardon?" This totally ticked him off.
For Janice, what appeared to be a midlife crisis became the best opportunity she could have been given. She has discovered how to live her life to the fullest, not just the busiest.
If you make the goal to do something different, to find an adventure, you'll figure out the way to do it. It's okay to leave. It's okay to come back.
On Gabriola Island, I'm Ryan the Plant.